In the year 480 BC, the Persian Empire, led by King Xerxes, launched a massive invasion of Greece. His goal was to conquer the entire Greek world and avenge his father's defeat at Marathon. Xerxes assembled one of the largest armies the ancient world had ever seen. Historians estimate over 2 million men, though modern scholars believe it was closer to 200,000. His forces marched across Asia and into Europe. As the Persians advanced, the Greek city-states met in urgent council. They were divided and unprepared, except for Sparta. Spartan King Leonidas volunteered to lead a small force to delay the Persians at a narrow mountain pass called Thermopylae, the Hot Gates. It was the perfect choke point. Leonidas brought only 300 of his personal guard, warriors with living sons to carry on their names. They were joined by around 7,000 allied Greek soldiers. Thermopylae was a narrow strip of land between the mountains and the sea. Only a few dozen men could fight side by side. This neutralized the Persian numerical advantage. The Greek army set up defensive walls and prepared their position. They knew they could not win, but they could delay. When Xerxes demanded their surrender, Leonidas simply replied, "Come and take them." The message was clear. They would fight to the death. On the first day of battle, waves of Persian infantry attacked the pass. The Greeks held firm, fighting in tight phalanx formations. The Persians could not break through. Their lighter armor and lack of discipline made them easy prey for the Greek spears. Xerxes grew frustrated and sent in his elite immortals, the most feared unit in his army. But even they were repelled with heavy losses. The narrow terrain forced the Persians to attack head-on. The Spartans rotated fresh soldiers to the front, keeping their defense strong. By the end of the first day, the Persian army had lost thousands. The Greeks had barely suffered any casualties. On the second day, Xerxes launched renewed assaults, but the results were the same. Greek tactics and terrain gave them the upper hand. The morale of the Persian army began to crack. Whispers spread among their ranks. How could so few men hold back an empire? But then, tragedy struck. A local Greek named Ephialtes betrayed his homeland by revealing a hidden mountain path to the Persians. Xerxes quickly sent a detachment of troops along this secret trail. They marched through the night to encircle the Greek defenders. Scouts brought word to Leonidas that they were about to be surrounded. The situation had become hopeless. Leonidas ordered the majority of the Greek allies to retreat and save themselves. He and his 300 Spartans would stay behind. A small group of Thespians and Thebans also refused to leave. They chose to die alongside the Spartans. On the third day, the Spartans faced attacks from both front and rear. Outnumbered and exhausted, they fought like lions. Leonidas led from the front, cutting down enemies with unmatched ferocity. But even kings bleed. Eventually, Leonidas was struck down. The Spartans retrieved his body and formed a protective circle around it. Surrounded and battered, the Spartans made their final stand atop a small hill. With broken spears and bare hands, they fought on. The Persians rained arrows upon them, darkening the sky. But not a single Spartan begged for mercy. One by one they fell, but none turned their back. Their last breaths were taken in defiance. When the battle ended, the ground was littered with the bodies of brave men. Xerxes had won the pass but lost his pride. The sacrifice at Thermopylae shocked the Greek world. Cities that once quarreled now stood united against Persia. Within a year, the Greeks would strike back and defeat Xerxes' army at the Battle of Plataea. The tide of war had turned. Today, a stone monument at Thermopylae bears the famous words, "Go tell the Spartans, stranger passing by, that here, obedient to their laws, we lie." Their legend lives forever. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story of courage, sacrifice, and honor, consider subscribing for more historical documentaries. Let us know in the comments what battle or ancient civilization you'd like to explore next. Until then, stay curious and remember the legacy of the 300.